Okay. Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm the Dragon God of Gaming, D.Dragon. And yes, this is a little weird. We already decided what's December, and our next option is for next January, right? Why are you here? That's a very good question. Why is the dragon here now? Because I'm not done giving you options. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this dragon always thinks to himself, what else can I do? And yeah, but first, before I start giving you guys options to deal with, let me give out two spoilers for you guys. First off, as you guys know, I think I've talked about it for like 2 years now. Little Nightmare 3 comes out next month. And I basically have it in my grasps. And no, I don't have it. And no, I don't have it early. I'm basically have it unlocked myself. I will be playing Little Nightmares 3. It will be coming out when it was supposed to come out last year. Well, this past year, when it was supposed to come out last December. It will be coming out in February. This will be our February videos for this coming year. Yes, next February, this is what's going to be played. So I hope you guys are ready for it. Next August, however, I think I made you guys wait a little bit too long. This year, I said I wanted to skip a little bit and play Wallace and Gromit. I'm a man of my word. Batman the Enemy Within will be played this coming August. Now, for the choices. Now, there are two sets of choices here. Yes, for the first time, you guys get to choose two selections of games from two sections. First off is next year's Women's Month. So, I decided to do this a little earlier. That way, my hands can get to rocking. And two of these are not past episodes, but past games that we played before. So let's start with them before I bring in the newcomer. First off, we all know what's coming. Bayonetta 3. We all love Bayonetta. I love Bayonetta. We played Bayonetta 1 this past March. We played Bayonetta 2. Shall we go for a 3P? Bayonetta 3 is here. Second, boom, Metroid Dread, the latest game from the Metroid series. Um, if you guys don't know, in one of the past CPU Civil Wars tournaments, um, our friend, our sponsor, Mr. Chaos 6, won a right to choose a game. But he didn't win fully he decided where it went. I'm deciding where it goes. This game will be played no matter what. But you guys have a decision to choose where to put it now. If not, I have a place to put it. So Metroid Dread makes its way to the list with Samus, of course, being the main protagonist. And last but not least, boom, the Tomb Raider franchise. If you guys don't know, I love Tomb Raider. I love Lara Croft. I've been playing PlayStation for a very long time now, and of course, if you want to choose the female face of PlayStation, you look at Lara. Now, why is it that I picked this specific thing? Why didn't I just pick a game? Ladies and gentlemen, you could ask yourself because this is not just one choice, but this can be multiple. Now, of course, Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Dread have multiple games to them, but Lara Croft has two iterations of herself. The newer version with Lara Croft's Rise of Tomb Raider, the Rise of the Tomb Raider series, and the original set of the Tomb Raider games. I can get my hands on both. So I'm giving you guys both the option. If you choose Lara Croft, you guys can choose which version of her, the original or the remake. You guys can decide. So let me point this out a picture. It's going to be either the original Tomb Raider or the 2016 Tomb Raider remake with the new version of Lara Croft. It's one of those two, and you guys can pick out which one you want. That's up to you. But ladies and gentlemen, these are three games that you guys can choose for next Women's Month. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Potentially four choices here. You guys can choose, but that's not the only choice here. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. That's not the only choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have, I give you an opportunity here. Yes, Tomb Raider, Metroid Dread, Bayonetta 3, they're gonna be played next, one of them gonna be played next year. Both of these next choices are gonna be made for next October. Yes, because this coming October, next month, ladies and gentlemen, I was doing all of those videos going up into this past month. I did many of the videos going up in from last October to this past August. I have a lot of work ahead of me. And with that, I have a lot of ideas that go through my head. And I'm like, why not get a jump? So you guys get to choose what do I jump to first. Yes, first. Because both of these sectionals will be played. Let me remind you, both of these next two, because there's only two choices, are going to be played. Both of them are going to be played, but you guys get to choose what comes first. What goes on next October and what goes on in 2027. Yes. So you guys can look toward the future, see what we got. So first off, we got 18 indie horror-filled nights. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am gonna scour the internet and see some of the weirdest, creepiest, kind of strangest games I can find and put them all together in a gigantic 18-day horror fest for myself. Will I survive the scares? We don't know. But that's just one idea. Yes, I have not found them all yet. Just like I haven't found all of these. 18 nights of FNAF fan games. Or, the FNAF spin-off games. Yes. Things like things like I've done in the past, like Five Nights at Wario's. Um, you know, um I Shadow over Freddy's, Mary's Arcade. I want those. FNAF adjacent, FNAF spin-off. I want. Yes, instead of Five Nights at Freddy's, my ass is going to be taking a trip to 18 nights. And the most creative, most horror-inducing, most difficult and twisted versions of the animatronic sphere that I can get my hands on. What is the options. Do I go and scour the internet for 18 horror games based on some of the most unique versions of the games that I can find? Or do I put on my security vest one time and say, let's venture into the Freddyverse? What can I find? What horrors of animatronics awaits me yet again? But that's not the only thing. Next year, because someone else won the right to pick a game, and one of those games was FNAF Help Wanted 2. Next year, starting in May, actually not starting May, sorry, starting in June, there's going to be once a month during our weeks of threes, like normal, Help Wanted will be put in place for you guys to have fun and watch me get tortured by the animatronics yet again that we all know and love. That leads up to the final episode during the week of three during one of these nights. And it's your decision on which game to choose. There are multiple options here, ladies and gentlemen. First, like I said, for Women's Month, do I dance my way back into Bayonetta 3, pick up my pistols yet again, and go through with my hair whip? Do I put on my suit once more and jump into Metroid Dread? Or do I finally pick up my pistols and get my puzzle solving skills or my survival skills to the test with either Tomb Raider 1 or the remake of Tomb Raider, the definitive edition? And next October, will I be haunted by animatronics for the entirety of October? Or will I be going to endless days of finding my way through the most twisted shit I can find in the 18 indie horror filled nights? Which one am I choosing? There are 2 months you guys can choose from. 2 months, two choices. And like I said, these are not the only things that were announced today. Little Nightmares 3 in February, and in August, Batman Telltale. That still leaves us with May, June, July, September, November, and December. Don't worry, you guys are having a lot of choices next year, and I have a bunch of games for you guys to choose from. Don't worry, I'm being very selective. So, 2 months, two choices, one big decision. Potentially three choices, depending on what you choose. You never know what you guys can see. The dragon doesn't stop. Like I promised you guys, I have my eye on the future. I don't rest. I know what to do. This dragon doesn't stop. My mind doesn't stop turning. My mind doesn't get a break. It does not stop until you guys are enjoying your guys' selves. I am going so far as to give you an option for the next 2 years. That is how dedicated I am to you guys. I'm gonna scour the internet, and not a lot of people are scouring. I am scouring the internet for 18 of these specific shits. And yes, if you choose one, don't worry, you're not gonna lose on the other. Because if one is being played in 2026, the other is gonna be played in 2027. You guys just going to be deciding which comes first for these two, anyway. Multiple games, a couple choices. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. The dragon doesn't stop, guys. I am not going away. There are things to be played, and the dragon stays on it. You think I'm resting? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm doing this at 5:37 in the morning. I have not slept yet. I'm running on caffeine and fucking physical dreams. It tells you the state of my insanity. Mm. Anyway, I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. You guys can leave your choices down in the comments. You guys can say, and for Women's Month or March, this is my choice. And for October, this is my choice. Or any combination of how you want to do things. Or you can leave two messages. I don't care how you do things. Both of them will count as a vote. You vote for one, that'll be a vote for that month. And you can make another vote, that'll be the vote for the other. You guys just basically got a sneak peek and two different choices. I cannot wait for you guys to see there's in store. And don't worry, I'll let you guys know what was chosen very soon. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys to pieces. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Until then, I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the unveil. But until then, peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Bye bye now.